It's time for the major news on The Bridge 99 FM.
The headlines: Jamaica ranks Tier 2 in human trafficking. Justice Minister calls for fairness from the JFJ. Wisynco announces ice cream recall. In regional news, Tobago to sell locally grown strawberries. And in international news, President Biden in isolation after positive COVID result. And in sports, Shericka Jackson obliterates 200-meter world championship record. And Noah Lyles retains world championship 200-meter title. Bridge Nation, I'm Lafayne Wigan. And now the details. We begin with local news. The United States, in its 2022 Trafficking in Persons report, says the Andrew Holness government has not fully met the minimum standards for the elimination of trafficking in persons. However, it stated the country is making significant improvements in that area. The report assesses the anti-trafficking efforts of 188 governments. Jamaica remains on Tier 2. The U.S. highlighted the efforts made by the Jamaican authorities, including identifying more victims and survivors of labor trafficking. It said a website was formally launched with a national referral mechanism for child victims, and there was also training for officials on victim identification and referral. However, the report said convicted traffickers received suspended prison sentences and fines. It said the penalties were not consistent with the severity of their crimes. It also pointed out that no victims were awarded restitution, suggesting a step backwards from the previous year. The government was also marked down for not providing adequate funding for trafficking victim protection services. Meanwhile, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck has charged human rights organization Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ, to be balanced as it carries out its duties. Minister Chuck explained that JFJ has not been balancing the rights of victims and accused persons. He said the human rights advocacy group has been labeled as an organization that focuses primarily on the injustices done to offenders by the state. The Justice Minister argued that persons who break the law and there is solid evidence to support it should be brought to justice. He also suggested that matters with strong evidence could progress quicker through the courts if there were fewer challenges. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health is advising members of the public not to consume Häagen-Dazs plain vanilla ice cream with expiry dates between July 5 and 18. A statement from the ministry says, based on information provided to customers by the local distributor Wisynco Group, a chemical substance known as ethylene oxide was detected in one of the ingredients used in 2 batches. Ethylene oxide is known to cause adverse health effects. The detected substance exceeded the minimum allowable limit. The manufacturer has subsequently issued a voluntary global recall of the product. The Health Ministry says it has been advised that Wisynco has started removing the products from supermarket shelves. And in regional news, residents of the Twin Island, Trinidad and Tobago will be able to purchase locally grown strawberries this October. 4 greenhouses were set up to facilitate the project. Berry Cove, the producers of the strawberries, said despite the challenges in setting up their infrastructure, it is confident that by the last quarter of 2022, strawberries and other crops not native to the country will be grown in Tobago. It is expected to both save and earn foreign exchange for Trinidad and Tobago. And in international news, U.S. President Joe Biden in a tweet announced he is doing fine after testing positive for COVID-19. He is currently in isolation in the White House. The 79-year-old, who is fully vaccinated and has twice received booster jabs, is said to be experiencing very mild symptoms. A statement from the White House says he will continue to carry out all his duties in isolation on Zoom and by telephone until he tests negative. Mr. Biden, who is the oldest president in U.S. history, turns 80 this year. It's now time for Sports 360 with Vaughn.
Hey Bridge Nation, I am Vaughn Thorpe with your Sports 360. Jamaica's Shericka Jackson blazed to a new championship record, national record, personal best and world-leading time of 21.45 seconds, securing victory in the 200 meters at the World Championships yesterday, July 21. Jackson has become the fastest woman alive in the event and the fourth Jamaican woman to win the 200 meters at the World Championships. She joins the likes of Merlene Ottey, Veronica Campbell-Brown, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Only Florence Griffith Joyner's world record of 21.34 seconds has been faster than Jackson's 21.45. Meanwhile, the 5x 100 meters world champion Fraser-Pryce stormed to a season's best of 21.81 seconds to claim the silver medal. However, double Olympic champion Elaine Thompson-Herah had to settle for 7th place in a time of 22.05 seconds. Thompson-Herah has never won a gold medal in the 200 meters at a world championship, but won the silver at the 2015 Beijing World Championships. In the men's equivalent of the event, 25-year-old Noah Lyles retained his world 200-meter title in an emphatic fashion, beating Kenny Benderick and Ariane Knighton in another American clean sweep. Lyles broke Michael Johnson's 26-year-old national record and clocked the third fastest time in history after finishing in 19.31 seconds. Usain Bolt still has the fastest time in the event and the world record at 19.19 seconds. And Jamaica Ewan Blake, who has the second fastest time of 19.26 seconds. That's it for Sports 360. I am Vaughn Thorpe. Back to you, Lafayne.
Thanks, Vaughn, and that was the Bridge 99 FM and RE Jam Radio News Package, News 360, the facts you need. Catch us at 5 p.m. for another News 360. You can also download the Bridge 99 FM app in the Google Play Store and the Apple Store for all the latest happenings on the Bridge. I'm Lafayne Wigan. Have a great day.
And those are the stories making it in Bridge 99 FM's major news package right here on the Bridge 99 FM.